Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. I'm Afefe with Touch by Tarot and Beyond, and I'm here to do a pick a card reading for you all with this full moon in Scorpio we have coming up on April 23rd. With all of the powerful transits that we've been going through, the eclipses that have been happening in the month of April, not to mention just how powerful astrologically the year 2024 is. Already off to an incredible start, and we're not even midway through yet. So lots for us to pay attention to. This one, full moon in Scorpio is in meditation and asking spirit what the message, how I needed to approach the reading for you all today. And I kept hearing the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. I'm like, okay, let's go into that. Tell me what you mean by that. And so what I got you all is think about this. When we talk about Scorpio, one of the first things that come to mind, a word for is intensity, right? Scorpio is such an incredible, even though it's a water sign, but it is like the deepest part of the oceans kind of water, right? It is an energy that does not do anything superficially. It goes beneath the surface of everything. And when you are dealing with scorpionic energy, the idea, look at it this way. In tarot, Scorpio is represented by the death card in the major arcana, right? And now, we get a little like, whoa, when we see the death card, because, whoa, does that mean, what does that mean? But often death really it represents an ending, a transition, a shift in life, because the purpose is a rebirth. It is a reset, a rebirth, a reemergence, a regeneration, if you will. It's really about not so much taking something away from us, but it's about getting us to recognize what is no longer serving us in order to be able to experience that rebirth. That is very much in tune with or Scorpio energy, ruled by Pluto, co-ruled by Mars. Those are two incredibly heavy hitting energies. Those planets don't play. You're talking, Pluto's going to do that deep transformation, and Mars is going to go ahead no matter what. Nothing stops Mars, right? Nothing stops that fiery energy of Mars. So very, very powerful planet. With the full moon, we've got the moon shining a light very often on what is in the shadows, things that we haven't wanted to think about, things we've been putting on the back burners, things that sometimes we can even be in denial about. But that's exactly what Scorpio does. Scorpio says, we ain't doing that. We're going to get to the bottom of it, the root of it. We're going to see it for what it is, because the truth will set you free. Spirit just kept telling me that this month's truth will set you free. So I wanted to share with you all, this was part of my meditation this morning as I was preparing to tape for you. Many of you, if you follow astrology, you might be familiar with this. Stephen Forrest has a series, a 4-part series of books, and they're pretty chunky on each of the elements for the 4 signs, for the four categories of signs. And so from this water, looking at the Scorpio, he calls it the Scorpio clan. Wanted to share this with you briefly, just so we're in sync and we set our intention. Truth will set you free as I prepare to go into this pick a card for you, all right? And it says, with Scorpios, they cut straight through any rationalization or defenses down to the raw, uncomfortable, emotionally threatening realities which lie behind what we're feeling. We have to be brave enough to ask ourselves the hard questions and never to unduly fear the naked truth. That unduly fear really pinged me, because it says essentially, there is no, what the fear is false. What is the acronym for fear? False energy appearing real, right? I bet many of you have heard that. So very often the things that we fear are maybe based to some extent on conditioning, on experiences, on patterns in life that we've seen emerge, on the what ifs that we can focus on. But basically it's saying the naked truth of the matter is, when we get past that and move beyond and confront those fears, that's where the rebirth and regeneration and being charged up and ready to go forward in our lives, that's when that takes place. Healing in our bodies, our manifestation, all across the board, all right? And it says the astrological ancestors, when they chose Scorpio, or the scorpion, it says scorpions, they weren't trying to comfort us when they named this sign. Scorpions make us think of pain and death. In doing so, they confront us with our ultimate fragility. They compel us to reflect upon the temporary quality of mortal existence. And then again, it's not to make us afraid of anything. It's to say, let me make the most of it while I'm here. And what is the truth? What is the core of my truth, my soul's purpose, in order for me to do that? And finally, I wanted to share, it says, the underlying evolutionary motivation of this sign, Scorpio, is the urge to face all emotionally charged truths squarely and courageously. The truth will set you free. And it is about, facing it head on, facing the truth courageously. So the truth will set you free. Today's pick a card, you all, is going to reveal some truths. Hope you got your notepads ready, your tea, do your deep breathing, because truly, I've been sitting here now for about an hour and a half between my own meditation, cleansing myself, cleansing the decks. You all know my process, or if you don't, when I do a pick a card, it takes me so long that instead of doing it on tape, I get everything out in front of me before I share them with you. But I have not seen these cards. I cannot wait. Spirit had me go to a number of decks. I combine Oracle and Tarot. So let's get to it, you all. I've split it up into signs. So we'll have the fire signs, air signs, water signs, and earth signs. I'll timestamp below, so you may have to do some cross-checking if you feel inclined based on your sun, moon, and rising, all right? Say no more. Let's get in it. Let's get to it. We're going to start out with the fire signs, and that's going to be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And let's see, the truth will set you free. So this full moon in Scorpio, let's see what kinds of truths come up for you all. I'm going to bring you down on the table. If you're motion sensitive, maybe look away for a moment, because I want to make sure that you all see this really good and see the cards. All right, there we go. Let's get to the table. There we go. Perfect. Move these out the way. All right, we're going to go in, and I'm going to even anoint my hands. I got some spirit guide oil. All right, let's do it. There we go. I am so excited, you all. Like I said, I've been in meditation. I've been reading. I've been getting my mind right, getting my spirit charged up, working, cleansing these decks. All right, so fire. Let's go. Ooh, that smells so good. I wish I could just send that to you. That smells so amazing. Alrighty, you all. Let's see what's happening here. Move this off to the side. And you know what? I'm going to bring you. There we go. Oopsies. Okay. Perfect. All right. This is going to help you. So this is medicine for you. I'll share that towards the end. All right. I'm looking at witchcraft comes right out of the deck. All right. Let's go farther. Let's see what that's about. Engage your invisibles. Your spirit guides. Engage your invisibles. Hope. Leadership. That's really interesting. Because this is for fire signs, and very often we do associate leadership, that burst of energy that comes with fire signs, that ability to be that the impetus to speak your truth, to move. Fire is an extremely spiritual element. So you've got hope, witchcraft, engaging your invisibles, and this leadership. The truth is, you're coming in. I can already see, and I got a lot left to share, but I can already see a pattern here. For the fire signs, you all, your truth is recognizing your power. It is recognizing your ability to lead. And it is that fear, that witchcraft is very deliberate, Spirit is telling me, because for some of you, especially if you have a more traditional religious, quote unquote, religious upbringing, then that term, that idea may be a little disturbing for some of you. You may be a little resistant to claiming that and owning that, but that is a part of your power. And it does connect you with your invisibles, your spirit guides, your ancestors. All right, let's see what else we have. We have Cerberus. Now, in this reading, I was led to pull. I don't work with this deck very often because the energy of it is not dark. I don't do dark. If you know me at all, you know I don't play with that. Everything I'm about the light 100%. However, having said that, we're talking about not, not being not flinching from that which needs to be faced. So someone gifted me this deck, this Dark Dangerous Oracle. And basically it's not invoking any dark energy, but it is saying, let's deal with that part of ourselves that there may be, that shadow side, right? That shadow work that we all need to do. I'm not familiar with this Cerberus or Cerberus. Let me hold that up for you. I see a 3-headed figure there. I've got the book out, and when we get to that, we'll go into that for you. Because that is an energy then in terms of this dealing with, being courageous and dealing with anything that may be holding you back and really living in your truth. That could be that energy could be invoked. So I've got this book off to the side. We'll see what happens there. This is a part of your medicine. We'll get to that in a moment. We have gathering around, the power of community. Why would you have leadership unless you are leading someone, something, being a part of some organization? This could even be on a personal level in your family life. Where you are that leader, you are being called to step into your leadership, and there's the truth of that, but you have to be able to stand in your power in order to do it. Engaging your invisibles, engaging your spirit guides, working with them. That is the truth of acknowledging who you really are. Your dreams need a practical plan. Don't they all though? I love that. Your dreams need a practical plan. This is a full moon in Taurus that comes up for you. But your dreams need a practical plan. The truth is, for some of you, you've lived in that space of trying to be optimistic, trying to imagine what your next steps are going to be, what's possible for you. But now Spirit is like, this is roll up your sleeves. It is the truth of not being afraid to show up. Some of you have a thing with being seen. Seen meaning if you step out too far, then you risk judgment. Being seen means you could be judged. There's depth, a lake. And if that ain't scorpionic, I don't know what is, right? Look at that. It's like you can no longer deal with things on the surface. Spirit is taking you. In this full moon in Scorpio, Spirit is saying you're going to go beneath the surface. You're going to, that a lot of your power and your knowledge, your ancestral knowledge, I'm hearing from many of you, it is stored within your DNA in areas that you have more depth than you have even look at the proportion of how this card was designed, right? Where proportionally the what you can see on the surface is less than what is underneath. You see that? You see the difference in the proportion? And that Spirit is pinging me for that with you all, because it's saying there's so much more about yourselves that you have not allowed yourself to really delve into and discover. And that is a part of the truth that will set you free, is getting to that, being ready to go ahead, take a deep breath and dive in. You've got the 9 of Swords. There's some the reason you haven't dived in is because there has been some anxiety around judgment. I feel like, again, for many of you, your fire signs, sun, moon, and rising, there's where either you have been judged or there is a concern that you have. It's almost like sometimes you have dialed it back because it's easier to do that rather than risk being judged or called out by others. We have the 5 of Coins. Again, that's isolationism or feeling left out or feeling, your need for acceptance, my fire people. Again, sun, moon, or rising. Your need for acceptance has slowed down at times. The truth will set you free, right? Has sometimes slowed down your ability to live your full purpose and to really be free, to be able to explore. your role within your community and to be able to discover this depth of your own soul, your own purpose, your own being. And that is because some of you have been, if you've dipped your toe in those waters before, either it bounced back on you in a way that made you then pull back. It separated you from others. Maybe you weren't given the acceptance that you wanted and that you desired when you spoke your truth. And so you pulled back a little bit. But the truth is, you are born to be a leader in your community. You're born to have a voice. You're born to, and you do this by invoking your spiritual guides. You do this by exploring witchcraft. Witchcraft meaning a connection to nature, meaning a connection to understanding herbs and crystals and how energy works, to understand more about even astrology and astronomy, understanding the cosmos and how it relates to what you can do. With witchcraft, it's not about everybody can misuse everything, even including, in the church, etc. Anything can be put to unhealthy purposes, but I'm going to approach it from light. And that is saying your role as a leader is to understand how to work with the aspects of the cosmos and the earth in particular in order to achieve a certain effect. You're probably naturally drawn to that, but again, there's something where either you've been judged or you have anxiety around being judged, and so you pulled yourself back. But guess what, my friends? Here it comes. Talk about fire. Here comes the sun. Here comes the doggone sun. And that is saying, as you step into this, the truth will set you free. As you step into this, as you become more vocal, first with yourself, in your journaling, in your prayers, in your engage your invisibles, right? Working with your spirit guides, your spirit team, talking to them more deliberately. This is what gets you into a place of moving into that sun, that success, that ability to be playful again. Now I'm looking at your medicine. I've got the wolf, inner strength. You may be facing a challenge and you may feel that you feel less than prepared for it. That's that 9 of Swords and that 5 of Pentacles energy. A reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. Take a step back and try to take a look at it with fresh eyes. I'm going to hold that up for you for a moment, right? And we know that even though there is the saying of lone wolf, and so when we look at that 5 of Pentacles, again, you may have felt isolated or felt like if you spoke your truth, if you tried to be more of a leader, if you delved into some of these things that you enjoy doing spiritually or that you may feel pulled to spiritually, there's this fear of being cast out, being judged. And it also could be a fear, an internal fear with yourself of, does that open the door to something, some energy that ultimately you're not going to feel like you can control, that you've put yourself at risk. But the wolf says, I'll hold it up for you again, right? The wolf is like that. This is exactly what you're meant to do. And in that Scorpio energy, again, remember what I read to you and shared going in. This is about facing your truth head on, courageously, because it doesn't put you at risk. It puts you in the sun. It lights you up. And as a fire energy, whether again, sun, moon, or rising, that fire within your belly, within your soul, is meant to take you onward. It is meant to help you lead. And look at what you have, psilocybin. I feel like I should know what that is, but I'm not sure. But it says commune. This is your medicine as well. And notice, you have the power of community. You've got contacting your spirit guides. You've got your natural leadership. And now, what is psilocybin? I really feel like I should know what that is. Did I leave the book out on that? You all got, I can feel some of you on the screen now. Afefe, it's such and such and such and such at 49. What is psilocybin? 49. Is that like not a hallucinogen? What is that? Psilocybin. Let's see. And it says, communing with the sacred, connecting to otherworldly energy, remote viewing, regeneration. Now, if that ain't Scorpionic, I don't know what is. Remote viewing, regeneration through union, coming together with a tribe and finding your cosmic family. Like not even making it up, you all. So again, if you've been with me before, this is part of my jam. I love working. This is why I work with so many different decks, because I know Spirit is going to give a confirmation here. You've got your community gathering around, the power of community, your spirit team being also a part of your community, and you are meant to be a leader in that. You're drawn to community, and that is your truth. That truly is your truth, you all. I want to see what this Cerberus, was number 9, and it says deep. The number 9 might be important for some of you, but there is a message there for you, and I don't want to move on in this reading without giving you that. Let's see here. Number 9, Cerberus. Okay, here we go. It says, to develop strong and healthy boundaries, and you should also respect the boundaries of others. Not all places or people are for you or should be available to you. Exercise and expect loyalty. It represents issues around guardianship, abandonment, loyalty, and disloyalty. Stop the music. All right, y'all. Let's do a little recap here. If you experienced disloyalty, if having guardianship over yourself, over your boundaries, over your life, if that has happened, if that has stressed you out and caused you to pull back, then the truth that's setting you free in this full moon in Scorpio is saying, guess what? You got to go back in. What that was, and hopefully you addressed it, whether it was the people, the situation, whatever that was, that you had to question someone's loyalty, or your offering of loyalty was mistreated. That is not, Spirit is saying, don't let that. Step back into your power. Double down into that sun. Get into that wolf energy, right? Whether it's a wolf pack, I almost feel like for some of you, it's been like a lone wolf that is finding the wolf pack, right? That is finding your group, your tribe, your community. And that is your truth. You are meant for leadership. You are meant to have community, to be connected with others, and to commune deeply spiritually. Because that witchcraft is no joke. It is, you came here in your DNA. You understand some things about herbs, about crystals, about the powers of the earth, about deities, about spirit guides, about the invisibles and the invisible realm. You understand the ether realm. You instinctively get that, but something held you back, and it could have even been, for some of you, when you explored those things, the people who you look to as mentors, or your doorways to that, betrayed you. And that is what made you pull back. And then you went into a period of, well, maybe this isn't for me. But Spirit is like, it absolutely is for you. You are meant to explore the powers that you came here with, the magical powers in particular. And the truth of what happened to you is not the truth of what's supposed to continue to happen in the future. For each group, I was led to pull one more deck and pull the card in front of you as a message going forward. Spirit, what is the message for the fire signs? What is the message for the fire signs? What is the message for the fire signs? I learned the way on the way. How about that? I learned the way on the way. So again, tapping into your invisibles, tapping into your spirit guides, tapping into your magic, tapping into your truth. The truth will set you free. That's how you go on your path forward. You'll learn the way on the way. For you all, fires are doers. Fire signs are, it is that active quality. It is get it done, get it moving, stay optimistic. Remember, you had that hope card in your reading as well. You'll learn the way on the way. All right, fire signs? I love that for you. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback. We're going to move on now to the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. All right? Excuse my little chicken scratch, but that's how I keep myself on track. All right, let's see what's happening. We have emotions are running high with a supermoon. All right, air. signs. Let's see. Sun, moon, or rising. We have fortune's wheel, luck, and right timing. We'll accept that. Let's take it. Let's claim that. Luck and right timing. You may be feeling pretty good right now. All right, that's your medicine. I'm gonna put that on the side. Hecate. Illumination. Yeah, this is interesting. So part of your the truth will set you free, air signs, is you're having to face some things that are tough, but they are rebirthing you. The underworld, Hecate, the goddess of the underworld, or one of the goddesses of the underworld. This is, and also I want to they're telling me point that number out to you. 21 may have some significance for some of you. But there's emotions running high because there's a cycle. Notice even I'm being pulled to the fiery burst of energy between these two. There's a cycle that you all, air signs, are coming to the end of, and you're already, talk about the truth will set you free. You're already recognizing the truth, and now you're just like, okay, what is freedom going to look like? That's why your emotions are running high. Look at this. You got determination. There truly is. There's a fire in you all's belly right now, like literally a fire in your belly. And air signs, this is interesting because with air, your natural element is one of changeability, direction, speed, and adaptability. And there's a grit that many of you are going through. Between that determination, Hecate, your emotions are running high, and fortune's wheel, there's some, you have rounded a bend where it's like, I'm not taking no for an answer. Now, you've also got patience. There's a process to this, Spirit is saying. The truth that sets you free right now is understanding I feel like for some of you, you've exercised patience, and the patience is what has actually fueled your determination. You have call on courage. And we've talked about that in my introduction to Scorpio's energy. It is about being courageous enough to deal with the raw truth, because that is what moves you forward. It acts as talk about, you can even see sort of the wind element there, in her clothing, sort of a movement. You are literally moving forward in ways that it's almost like your grit and determination. You have been patient. You have done the work to see what needs to be seen. This illumination coming from Hecate, you've gone deep. Talk about scorpionic energy. My goodness, you have gone deep, deep, deep down to find the truth. And to really get real with yourself about a lot of things, and knowing that you've done that has you in a frame of mind of saying, my emotions are running high because I know I've done, if there is such a thing as karma, and karma never misses, then I must be getting ready to go into a different stage of my life. And ritual comes for you. The truth is, in order for you to continue to get, like, really just get that next oomph right behind you all, there is ritual that Spirit wants you to continue to do. If you're not doing it yet, to develop ritual for yourself. Ritual being the Palo Santo that's lit there, right? Ritual being, it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. A ritual could be something as simple as, when you drink your water every day, say a blessing before, I drink this water to nourish my body, to allow myself to move more freely, blah, blah, blah. However it comes to you. But that's a ritual. Ritual, it doesn't have to be some ceremonial, long, takes 3 hours kind of thing. It is something that you can do on a daily basis. You have a totem. And even though it's depicting a bear in this image, I'm hearing from Spirit for you all, this is about a totem in general. If you do not know your animal totems, there are totems that come to us when we're in a given situation in life, and there are those that are with us lifelong. This is your medicine as well. I'm going to put that to the side for now. But for you, if you don't know your totem, or if you're not familiar with totem energy, animal totem energy, this is your call to please look into that. And also, I'm feeling for some of you, this is ancestral. There is a totem that comes to you through an ancestral energy, which seems, I know, kind of strange because we're looking at animals. But somehow, if there was a person who had in your family line who had a very strong tie to animals, to nature, then that person is reminding you to get out in nature. And lo and behold, look at here, look at here. If your own element doesn't come up in your reading, you've got the air element, so it's doubling down. And it says here, your key word, I don't know if you can see that, it says motion. All right, motion. This is you putting things into motion. That is the truth that sets you free. You are being set free by putting things into motion. You've worked through a lot of the rebirthing process already. If you're looking in this air sign pile, you've already done so much work, and now you're ready to move forward. And there's that motion. You're built for it. You have the Messenger of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Again, movement, saying, let's get to it. It's time to go. It is literally go time. You have the Nine of Wands that comes with the Messenger of Wands. So they're recognizing, listen, it can be a lot. Nine of Wands can be a lot. It's where we're called on sometimes to multitask. It's where, you may have certain dreams, certain ambitions, certain, you're doing three things at once. You may be working your own independent job while you're working another job, or having to juggle a lot. There's a lot on your plate, but you have the energy and the determination to handle it. The Eight of Coins, you have definitely, and the Ten of Coins, my goodness, you have worked hard. You have built relationships. This is also your health, your physical health. You have worked on yourself, on your body. You're learning to master. For some of you, this is definitely a connection to mastering the earth, mastering plants, mastering herbs, mastering your diet, getting into being more informed about how you want to move forward in the world. And there's a, how do I say, it's almost like you've been given this tremendous push by spirit. Something within you has just caught fire. Like literally, I'm going back to Hecate there, has caught fire and said, I am going to do this. I'm built for this. With the Eight of Pentacles, this is something that you have worked on, skills and mastery. You have built, you're built to last. You are built to last. Your medicine, echinacea, destiny. That's the key word. So think about that in terms of healing. For you, you have healing. The truth that will set you free is to understand your power as a healer. You have a connection to the earth, and you have a connection to being able to establish rituals. And it takes courage. You've had to learn to find your courage to do it. But now you have it with that Messenger of Wands. You have it. And even if it means having to have a lot on your plate but you've got the determination to do it, that's not going to deter you. You have also in your medicine, you have a giraffe that came, and it says reflection. If you're facing a difficult situation, don't rush into making a decision. You're advised to turn the problem around in all possible manners before deciding on a solution. And your circumstances should be examined carefully. I also think, remember too, you got that totem. So think about that. Maybe look up giraffe medicine and this reflection. And also I'm thinking of this in connection with that patience card. This is go time for you, but it's not go recklessly. It's not, throwing caution to the wind. It's really about using this motion of the air to reflect intellectually, and then that is what prompts you all to go and know what your next steps are along your destiny. and being able to know that there is such a thing as luck and right timing with fortune's wheel. But you move with fortune's wheel because you exercise that patience and you give yourself the determination to do that. You take the time to reflect, to improve your skills, to improve your studies. Some of you, these air signs, you're going to do more studies around ritual. You're going to do more workshops, more training. There is training that you are undergoing, and that is a part of the truth that sets you free. Is it's okay to do that training because it is what you are built for. You're built to last. You have overcome something or overcome a lot, calling on your courage, exercising your patience, having the determination to do all things, to carry the load, to multitask, to do whatever it takes, but you are determined to feel passionate again. That's been the missing element, or that's been the driving force for you all, is to have passion. All right? That's the truth that will set you free, is acknowledging for yourselves, acknowledging the fact that you are built to last and you are due. Spirit is saying you are due, and karma, do not stop believing for one moment that karma recognizes that the karmic influences in your life are at play, and you are going to get that fortune's wheel that was right there. Hang on to that, and it's coming. And your last message that I'm giving for everyone through this oracle deck, Find Your Happy, it's called. Difficult situations lead to divine solutions. Stop it. Difficult situations lead to divine solutions. That's why you've had to exercise your determination, that patience. That's why that Nine of Wands, you've had to sometimes feel piled on and deal with that, juggling, multitasking, but it pays off. You've got that Ten of Pentacles and that Eight of Pentacles. The mastery of your health, your finances, your circumstances, your family, your connections. That's what the difficulties are leading you to, air signs. All right? Wow. Applauding that. All right. And next, we're going to go to our earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And again, apologies for the chicken scratch. But it's how I keep myself on track. Let me take a sip of juice. Okay. Let's see what you got. You have a personal issue reaches resolution. It says here, full moon in Cancer. But there's a personal issue that reaches a resolution through this full moon in Scorpio. Talking about truth, talking about courage, talking about getting to the bottom of things and allowing the truth to set you free. You have skywriting, the fates. This is very interesting. This feels like... literally what I'm hearing Spirit is saying, like, look for the signs. Look out for the signs. There could very well be, for some of you, things that come to you. I'm almost feeling, I keep pulling myself back, I'm like, is that right? But I'm literally hearing, look up, look at the shape of the sky, look at the patterns of the clouds. There's something that comes to you through that. It could even be the way of the direction that a plane is flying or something. But there's something in the sky for you all. That's part of your medicine. We're going to wait on that. We've got freedom. The truth will set you free has been the topic of this reading. And you've got the Selkies that come. That energy, that powerful spiritual energy. If you're not familiar with that may be something for you all to look up. The Selkies, okay? But their keyword is freedom. And also their number is 2. For some of you, that could be a number that's important for you. There's a partnership right now that's happening for you all, earth signs. Again, sun, moon, or rising. There's a partnership that is developing or being strengthened. And that is part of this truth that is coming forward for you right now. It is this personal issue. It reaches a resolution. And that is what sets you free. But it's like you almost have to read the signs. That's what Spirit keeps saying. If you read the signs from your spirit team or those who are sent to you during this particular time, then that's how you'll know. You've got integrity, which is really important for you. I feel like that's a character issue for you all in this sign. And remembering too, we are talking about earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Integrity is it feels like a very grounding issue, a very grounding quality, a very earthy quality, down to earth. It is important for you to do things with integrity. If you're drawn to this, or if you are an earth sign, sun, moon, rising, how earth plays in your chart, integrity, all things, in order for you to have success, there has to be integrity. There's friendship at play with you. These are your spirit guides. Your spirit guides want to have a friendship with you. This is so fascinating because what I'm hearing, you all, is especially earth signs. There tends to be a practicality. There tends to be, again, going back to integrity. So to the extent that you feel a separation with your spirit team in terms of, well, they're, angelic or supernatural or cosmic, and here I am in this earthly body, but they're saying no. That's part of what you're going to see, and they'll reveal to you is it is a friendship. It is a bond. It is a way for you to connect with them in order for you to be set free and get this freedom. That's what the Selkies are bringing you. Embrace enthusiasm. You have embrace enthusiasm. Some of you, and again, I wonder if this is because we are dealing with the element of earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus can be very fixed. Capricorn can get in its own way, just in terms of being overdoing things, being tunnel vision. And Virgo can get very caught in its quest for perfection. Everything, all the details have to line up. Everything needs to be done just right. That sometimes things become heavy. Life becomes heavy, but you are going for freedom. Remember that. Sky, free, looking up, moving forward. That's what this is. Embracing enthusiasm is saying they recognize a personal issue reaches a resolution. For you all, there's been a heaviness, or it could be that you're so busy, you have a lot of responsibilities. And I don't mean heavy as in dark or depressed or any of that. It's just a lot on your plate. And because of that, the idea of feeling enthusiastic about what you're doing can sometimes get put to the side because you're very caught in the integrity of what you're doing. It needs to be done right. The mother shows up for you all. This is definitely what you are creating, what you are nurturing, what you're creating, what you are birthing, and what you are taking care of that has already been birthed. There's a responsibility that you feel for those around you. And this is also a part of your healing the mother wound. For some of you, this is going to be energy around the truth that sets you free in this full moon in Scorpio. If you take advantage of this energy, is going to be around the truth of the mother wound, the truth of your ability to then mother if you were not mothered with integrity. And that clearly is important to you. And what you are seeking, Spirit is saying, seek our friendship, not just our guidance, but our friendship, to know that we are a part of your clan. That's your medicine. I'm going to put that there for a moment. West, the element of West is coming up, and it says completion. I'm going to hold that closer for you. You see that? Completion from the direction of the West. That is also a very strong, the direction of the West is also a very strong mothering energy. Some of you are reaching an age of maturity, a certain time in life, where this reevaluation, this personal issue, and somehow it is tied to mothering or motherhood, there is a resolution, and it is coming to a completion. And you're doing it with integrity, or it's important for you to do it with integrity. And what it leads to in getting you that sense of freedom is to be able to embrace enthusiasm, because there, again, there's this heaviness, there's this almost like all work and no play kind of vibe that's going on here. You have the, what is this? The Eight of Swords, anxiety. Yeah, because of everything that's been on your plate. And because of, for some of you, this has been a lack of support, a lack of feeling supported, or supported in the ways that you most need. Because again, we're in this element of earth. When in earth signs, it's very often, it's crucial to have a sense of grounding, to have a sense of safety, to have a sense of knowing your roots and feeling connected. And there's not that. For instance, I can relate to some of this. Even I'm an earth sign, by the way. I'm sun sign Capricorn, and I was adopted. So the mother wound for me, just sharing with you, and how I can relate to this, is the mother wound for me is not knowing, biologically, not having sort of that gaping hole there, because I don't know. But there's a completion that comes and says, whatever that personal issue is for you, all of you, it comes to that resolution. And then it negates that mind, that it's like mind over matter. Mind over matter. Ace of Swords. Woo! I just looked down and saw that as I said that. Mind over matter, you all. Earth signs, this is master your mind, and you will see matter, reality, manifestation start to shift around you. It starts in your thoughts, it starts in your speech, and it starts with how you develop a friendship. If you have not felt mothered, if you have not felt in your own ability to your capacity for mothering, if you felt like that's somehow deficient, that your spirit team is standing up, in particular with the Selkie energy. It feels like this is a divine feminine energy that is stepping up to give you, to replace that lost in sense of what you knew could be done with integrity. That's the resolution. You have the Three of Swords. That's the healing that needs to come, that grieving period, that healing that comes, and the Nine of Swords with it. So you have that Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Three of Swords. If I just look at those three things, there is, for your earth signs, there is some unresolved, the truth that this Scorpio full moon has come for you all, the truth that sets you free, is to acknowledge the grief that may still be there. Not to relive it, not to dwell on it, not to sit in it and rationalize it and move all through it and get all down, down deep with it that way. But it is to acknowledge. That's all this is. That's what this Ace of Swords is. It's an acknowledgement. This happened to me, or this is the truth of how I feel. However, I have help. I have assistance. I can find that spark and embrace enthusiasm again. And this will be resolved, but I got to acknowledge it first. I feel like for some of you, you've been so busy, you've pushed yourself to go, keep going, that this became sublimated. And remember, that is a part of a very strong and crucial part of Scorpio's energy. Scorpio won't let you skate past this. Scorpio says, you can't really get to this enthusiasm and seeing all these blessings that Spirit has in store for you until you recognize that and put it in its proper place. Completion. There has to be, and I just noticed even that's a puzzle piece that's being held there. There's a missing piece to you. There has been, let's put it in the past tense, there has been a missing piece to your healing journey around the mother wound. And that is the part that comes to completion now. That is the part. And you will do it with integrity, not with anger, not with resentment, not with, throwing something through a window. This is your ability to do it with integrity, but to do that, it is still leading you to acknowledge it. That's all I'm seeing, or hearing at least, is acknowledge it. Make a decision. That was then, this is now. You got for your medicine, hibiscus, joy. Hibiscus, all right? Get you some hibiscus tea, hibiscus flowers, maybe just look up hibiscus and some of its metaphysical meanings, but that's the medicine that I pulled for you all. And you're going to love this. You got the dolphin for peace. The gentle nature of the dolphin reminds you to look for the good in everyone and strive to bring peace to your life and those around you. Trust your instincts and intuition rather than overthinking things. Talk about overthinking things when you have that 9 of swords, 3 of swords, and 8 of swords, right? And then the ace of swords came with it to cut through all of that, to say, listen, time to bring all of that to a completion, right? Time to bring that to a completion. That's the overthinking. This is the story that maybe you've told yourself around your mother, for some of you, this could have been a grandmother. And for some of you, this could even have been around your mothering journey or lack thereof. But all things come back to that. And there's a peace and a feeling, a resolution that you are coming to. And notice, even though this is a full moon in Scorpio, this card, this personal issue that comes to a resolution is a full moon in Cancer. What is Cancer ruled by? Right? Or what does Cancer evoke? The sense of family, the sense of community, and the divine mother. Right? Right? Can't make it up. Thank you, Spirit. Can't make it up. So that is your truth that sets you free, is you do have to acknowledge what this was about. You know, what that was about. The overthinking, the overanalyzing. Some of you are overcritical of yourselves. You're hypercritical. You can also be hypercritical of others. But it is only because of your own, this little lingering conditioning that needs to get brought out. And I also want to emphasize, you had, from these different decks, you had, one of your key cards was embracing enthusiasm and that joy. Spirit wants you to get to there. That is what this full moon in Scorpio is coming to offer you. And that is the truth that will set you free. Okay? I'm going to pull this over and I'm going to I've given everybody a last healing message from the Find Your Happy Oracle deck. Spirit, what is the message for the earth signs? Oh, you're not going to believe it. Based on what we just talked about with this dolphin medicine, look at this. I don't overthink my current situation. Are you ready for that? I mean, Spirit is so real. Right? Right? Love it. I don't overthink my current situation. So yeah, it's the truth that sets you free. And that is why you got that skywriting message with those selkies. Where are they? Where'd it go? There they are. The selkies. I'm also being led, number 2, I'm being led to tell you a little bit more about that because I feel like I didn't say enough. All right. Freedom, again, was the key word of the Selkie. And it says, you can only pretend for so long before you must find truth again. The truth will set you free. Isn't that what this reading is about? Full moon in Scorpio. You seek authenticity. Where's that integrity card? Close enough, right? You seek authenticity. Containing yourself in a form that is not your own is rarely successful long term. Find what sets you free. Oh my goodness. You got a message. Woo! Earth signs, you got a message. And it is around that mothering issue, around that mother wound. And it could be intergenerational. Not sure. You know. But would love to hear your comments and feedback from it. And I wish you the absolute best. All right, let me take a sip of juice and finish up with the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Again, pardon my chicken scratch. And let's see. Full moon in Scorpio. The truth will set you free. Step out of your comfort zone. Your north node. Ooh. The north node is speaking up right away for you all. So this is really stepping into your purpose. Watchers, transpersonal. This is your spirit team, but way elevated. Like way elevated. And they want to guide you and help you. This is your medicine. We'll do that in a moment. Cat safe. Focus. Being able to focus. it's like saying they want you to focus on something. This is a message from your spirit team. Inquiry. There, the truth and acceptance. Wow. There's something, water signs, that you have not seen and alchemize. Yeah, there's talk about a full moon illuminating something. There's self acceptance there, and that's what's being alchemized is your acceptance of what is, but also where you want to be, because this is your North Node was your leading card, and you've got the Achiever. North Node, Achiever, what you are meant to do, what your long-term purpose is, the strong one. This is again a part of your spirit team. This is a part of your watchers. You have tremendously powerful, and I feel like this, initially, because this feels very cosmic to me, these watchers, like way out there, way like light beings almost. This feels more closer to you, like grandmother, great grandmother, great, so on. This feels very like your ancestral line. So it's almost as if there's a meeting between these kinds of energies that are linking up to help you all. Okay. All right, this is also your medicine. We'll get to that in a moment. The outer core fluidity. Notice the water, because this is your area. Water signs, sun, moon, and rising. There's a fluidity there. There's something that, the truth that will set you free in this full moon in Scorpio is like go with the flow, but also accepting your own, I almost want to say, accepting your own fears. As strange as that may sound, it's almost like don't fight it, don't resist it. Accept that some of what you feel called to do, because you're an achiever, and some of what you feel called to do heading into towards your North Node and this inquiry, it's like there's somebody that you will ask, or a class you will take, or a mentor you will find, but there's something that there's more information and knowledge that you are going to acquire that leads to this alchemy and leads to this achievement. But you're not there just yet. And I think that's the truth, is for some of you, you've been telling yourself, I'm past it, I'm done it, I've done the work, I'm already there. But there's a in true Scorpio fashion, there's something else that has to be checked into or dealt with. There is more information for you to get, and that information can be easily accessed through the high divine and your closer connections in your ancestral line. You've got the Eight of Coins, the mastery of your skills. That ties so well into that achiever. And you've got the High Priestess. You better go ahead. You've got the High Priestess. There's so much. And again, this is a very often the High Priestess speaks to things that you know in your DNA, in your spiritual DNA, but you may not have learned everything there is to know about it in your reality, in your consciousness around it, in your super consciousness. Those watchers, transpersonal, your super consciousness, and even your subconscious may know, but what your conscious mind has embraced, that's where the High Priestess comes in. And we've got the King of Cups with the Lovers. This feels like a teacher. I'm feeling a link between this and the inquiry. This feels like a teacher, this, or a mentor, or a friend, an advisor, someone who has wisdom that you trust, and you're able to really talk about your outer core, going with the flow, who you truly are in your innermost fabric who you feel that you are becoming. That is what's being highlighted. That's the alchemy. And that's what helps you achieve and move toward your North Node. And the Lovers is where you're being brought into balance. Or this person, this teacher, this friend, this mentor, this advisor, this lover even. Let's go ahead and take it there with the Lovers. This partner helps you have this level of acknowledgement of an acceptance of your purpose, because there's a part of you, some of you who are here in this water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you're still questioning who you are, what your purpose is, whether how to go about it. Like there's a lot, I just keep seeing a lot of question marks around you. I'm noticing too your medicine. I have two medicine cards here. Your medicine, one of it says poppy and dreaming, and there's that Neptune in Saturn. Neptune in Saturn, dreamy, but sometimes feeling restricted. Or what is the structure of those dreams with the poppy? And we know that poppy can be seen as a mind-altering substance or sort of that. But the key word is that dream. There's in this water energy, dreaming is a source of your power. But for you all as well, it's how do you take the dream and begin to put clothes on it, begin to actually manifest it, begin to alchemize it into your existence. You also got your medicine is the antelope, and it says decisive action. You're being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving and set your intentions and take action toward making your dreams a reality. You have a door in front of you. Trust your instincts here. You see that? So the truth that's here to set you all free in this full moon in Scorpio, my water people, is there's a part of you that has been held back, either subconsciously or otherwise, because you were dreaming it, you were visualizing it, you were feeling it, you were yearning for it, you've been yearning for it, you are an achiever, you are built for it, and maybe you have even realized a certain measure of success. But the truth is, there's more for you. The High Priestess, there's a lot for you to still bring from what you see in your imagination, what you see as being possible, and to take the steps that are necessary, that fluidity, to take the steps that are necessary to actually bring it and into fruition, to take decisive action so that you can start seeing it show up. But there's a focus. I go back even to this cat. There's a focus that some of you have gotten, and this happens especially in water signs. It can be dreamy, yearning, emotionally relating to things or desiring things, and using the emotional component of your psyche, that instead of, or sometimes it delays the physical part of your psyche. I want more love, so I will go out more. I will meet people. I will put myself in that position rather than sitting around, sort of in your meditation, doing your water healing, your sound bowls or whatever, and envisioning it. It's actually step out. Notice those two words, step out of your comfort zone. It really is. And that's what the North Node challenges us to do. It says, these are the lessons we came to learn. Sometimes it's not going to be comfortable. We got to ask questions. There's somebody in your life or already or coming into your life who's going to serve in that advisory capacity. The reminder that you have very powerful connections to and watchers over you, but they still want you to go from that dream state to bring those dreams into reality. And in order for you to do that, there's some alchemy still that has to take place. And the alchemy is what allows you, notice, decisive action. And sometimes when we see the Lovers, it is about making a decision. But it's a decision that brings you to a win-win. It's a decision that allows you to get unity. It's doing not just what you feel that might just benefit you, but taking into account how your actions, this decisive action that you take, what impact it would have on the greater whole. But that's what you're here to do at this time. You are meant to achieve. You're meant to get, to reach your north node by getting out of your comfort zone. You just need to be a little more, use that fluidity to your advantage rather than just sitting in dreams, right? Use your skills. Eight of Pentacles is mastery, but this is emotional mastery. Even though it's coming in Pentacles, this is your emotional mastery, being the master of your own emotions, so that you can walk into your power and take steps to manifest things. That is the truth. That is the truth that sets you free. It's time for you to step out of the dream world and or utilize your dreams in a way that tangibly you can move in the world to make them start to appear and become a part of your manifestation. And notice, this is a King of Cups, cups water. Whoever this is, they're either coming or they're already there. This is somebody who you can have these deeper discussions with, who you can be fluid, who you can let them see your outer core. And because that's going to help you reach some truths that are still waiting for you with that high priestess. All right? All right? And that alchemize, being able to alchemize your existence at this time. All right, water signs? That was so powerful. And very mystical. I'm feeling a sense of mystery around that. But Spirit is saying for you, that's sort of that high priestess going back there, that is a part of your magic and your power and empowerment, is the mystical. Everything's not meant to be in black and white for you all. There is an air of mystery, but that you have the ability to take that mystery, embrace it, be fluid with it, and then unveil it. Unveil the mystery and see how it shows up in your life. All right? I've got a final message for you. And it is, my life is an experiment and I embrace the exploration. So that's really fitting, because that is a part of the dreaminess of that watery energy, and envisioning what's possible and being in the realm of feelings and emotions. It has a lot to do with that. But saying, and it has a lot to do with moving towards your north node, where all of our lives are an experiment, and to some extent, in terms of meeting the challenges, learning the lessons, making the decisions, living the result of our choices, right? Not projecting onto others, when things happen. We're acknowledging the result of our own choices, but in doing that, you embrace the experiment, you embrace the exploration. And that's what you're doing right now. This is a time of exploration for you. And that is the truth that sets you free. That it's okay for you to explore your true north and explore and reevaluate with that high priestess exactly who you are, who you feel your truest self is, and to alchemize more of what you have dreamt about into your day-to-day reality. All right, you all? I hope that was good. I hope it pinged. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye.